Welcome everybody to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 165. I didn't do a countdown before starting recording,
Yeah, you
so
fucking mixed me up.
yeah, I mixed myself up there. I wasn't expecting myself to do that. My hand just went for it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I guess here we go." My brain was like, "Ah, quickly, the intro, dumbass, do it." So
Bloody hell.
I'm Alex, and that's Addy. You know what, Addy? It's only fair after so many years of you trying to do the
Yes.
mix-up on me. There.
I mean, I was going to say that as well, but like shit.
Holy shit!
Uh,
All right,
how the turntables?
Pink is
Until you
current.
give me the table.
I will not give you the table. It's mine.
Oh,
Pink is currently busy being frozen stuck in the middle of a blizzard, so he is not with us right now. He's probably going to have to start eating his coworkers pretty soon for sustenance. Even though he works in a grocery store.
yeah. The people have more meat on them.
Okay. All right. Well, this podcast's off to an interesting start already.
I mean, I can do a better one for you. So last week I shouted out the freaking B hentai subreddit. I actually did some. Well, I did a very limited amount of research, which included not actually looking up the actual place, but instead finding the place where I heard about it for the first time. And
Okay.
turns out I named it wrong. It wasn't honey lovers. It was straight up called r/honeyfuckers. So there you go. If you want V hentai and pictures of people's like freaking swollen penises after getting them stuck by bees for some reason, there you have it.
Oh my
Your
god.
funeral.
Okay, yeah, that's cursed knowledge. So, oh god, where do I go after that? Oh, Daddy,
Home.
just say
Yeah.
what you did this week, and no, just say what Is there anything going up on your channel this week? Jesus Christ, you have knocked me off kilter with that.
You're welcome.
Have you got anything going up on your channel this week?
So that's a funny story. I did record 2 sessions of Ghost of Tsushima, but here's the thing. I think I'll need to re-record them because I'm like I guess I'll come back to this partially when we get to what I've done this week, but I'm getting too confident. Is the best way I can put it. Like,
Okay.
because it's like it's a normal playthrough, but for half of it, like, okay, how do I say do this without it just without it causing tonal whiplash? I don't think I can, but basically what's going on with those sessions is that like 70% of it is kind of cringe because for no apparent reason, and I don't remember doing it, but for whatever reason I just randomly start speaking like this. It's not even on purpose, but
Well, I can't tell you how to do your LPs, man.
I mean, no, but still, like, yeah. There's some funny moments already, and so like it would be sad to let those go, but like be doing that voice on purpose or not is not like it kind of ruins the mood, I guess.
I mean, you have to judge your own LP content. I can't tell you what'll work and what can't.
But then again, like it may work okay because I'm trying to also edit it in a way that I remove all of the spoilers. Which
Ah!
doing a playthrough of the game while removing the spoilers is a fun challenge, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But I've already gotten to making some of my own lore,
Ah!
and it kind of fits, I guess.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll see how I'll feel about it. I might run it by you guys just to see if it's too cringe. But otherwise, like, There was one moment, at least one moment so far where I've gone, you know what? Maybe that should be in the year-end compilation. So hey, so yeah, maybe Ghost of Tsushima. We'll see.
All right. On my own channel, I will definitely be doing something at some point this week. I did, over the course of the last week, upload 2 Road to Total War Warhammer 3 videos, but I wound up deleting both of them as I ultimately was not happy with the quality of the videos. I generally do shoot for a low quality kind of atmosphere, but for those particular videos I was just pretty well just rambling. And not in like the funny way either. So I did delete those, but I want to get around to recording something this week. I'm not exactly certain. As I've said before that I am not intending on doing too many LPs with this channel. However, I may be considering doing an LP with Total War Warhammer 2 because multiple things have changed that make it more of a feasible possibility. For one thing, I got a webcam, and that might make it so that I'm at least capable of doing something when I'm busy thinking, which is the problem with LPing strategy games, is that sometimes you shut up and think, and you wind up leaving a lot of dead air.
You cut them out.
No, I don't.
Well, no, I mean, I meant you in the general way. Like, usually what you do when you stop and think about shit is just you cut it out.
Oh, okay. I feel like I kind of have to with strategy games, though, otherwise I'll just blow it. And what was I going to say? The other thing that has changed is that when I said that I was probably going to not do LPs, at least for a little bit, on the channel, it was at a point where quite a lot of the games I wanted to play on the channel were games that I could not run and record at the same time, at least at a satisfactory graphics detail. But about a month ago, I got I downloaded, I updated my graphics driver. There we go. That's the term.
And you downloaded more RAM.
Yeah, I downloaded more RAM, and for whatever reason, now almost every game like runs really well, even at super high graphics levels. Because I guess they did some like black magic with my graphics card. So that's become a lot more realistic.
You have a Voodoo 3?
I guess so. So, LPing might be back on the table, we'll have to see. If I do LPs again, I will not be doing them the way I did before. The way I did them before, I did 30-minute sessions, and I just released like a string of 30-minute episodes. I can't see myself really doing that, particularly because especially with these strategy game LPs, people don't watch past the first episode, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's just LPs in general.
That is, but with strategy games, it's even more so. Specifically, strategy games where there's not like a story going on, which is the case with Total War. So if I do an LP, it probably won't be cut up into 30-minute sessions. It will probably just be one very long session up until either I hit like, I don't know, the 6-hour mark, or something interrupts me. Which, given that I have, other people live here, more than likely it'll just keep going until someone interrupts me.
Yeah.
As for anything else, I don't know. As always, I'm trying to think of stuff to do on the channel. I do want to do something with Guilty Gear. I'm halfway considering just doing an arcade mode run like Pink's been doing. At least partly because there is no fighting game content on my channel, and it is a bit odd that me being the big fighting game fan I am, I don't have any fighting game content on my channel.
I mean, I don't have fighting game content on most of my, I don't have a lot of fighting game content on my channels just because, well, I'm not particularly great to begin with. Like, I'm mediocre at best, really, and otherwise, like, I don't know. It's different commentating when you're fighting against the AI and when you're fighting against people, because when we fight against each other, I can do callouts and shit. I can yell block low coward, and I mean I can yell block low coward at the AI as well, but that just basically looks like a crazy person a bit.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! I'm not even gonna freaking hold it back anymore. I don't think there's no freaking use in fighting it.
It's no use. It's no use. It's no use.
uh, I saw a cursed image recently.
What's that?
It was Sonic as Dante and Blaze
Ugh.
as Virgil, and I
Who's
looked at
Blaze?
it. Virgil.
No,
Oh no, not Virgil. Yeah.
no. I
Oh
mean,
no, who is Blaze?
yeah. I have no idea who the fuck Blaze is.
The cat that was in Sonic 06 with Silver. She debuted. Both of them debuted in a DS game. Actually, it was a racing game.
Okay, I must not have seen that
Yeah.
part of Sonic 06 because I remember Silver, but I do not remember there being Blaze the cat.
But yeah, now that I think about it, she might not have been Virgil. Like I remember her being Virgil, but she might have been Lady or someone.
Oh my god.
Because I don't. Like, I feel like I remember having a gun, but I'm not sure anymore. Because I just stared at that picture for like 5 minutes, being like, should I should I share the pain? No, it's too much. Because there are things that I look at and I come across and I'm like, oh, that's funny, but like in a bad way. Don't. Like with all the shitty freaking music memes and all the stuff that I keep sending y'all. Yeah, you have to consider. I do actually vet them somewhat. Imagine the shit that doesn't get sent. Anyway, where were we?
All right. Oh, we had just asked you what you were gonna put on. We had just talked about what was going to go up on my channel, actually. Okay, so on the forum channel, coming up on Monday, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Part 2.
The final part.
On Friday, Gary's Mod Part 9. The Heroes of Might and Magic 3 recording, like, it would have gone better if they allowed simultaneous turns, but they're consecutive instead, which is...
Yeah. I mean, the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 recording could have worked if Pink and I also had like Beast PCs and we could just play something on the side and record that as well and just have two things we recorded at the same time. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Like imagine playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and on the side we're also playing Overwatch or something or Smite.
Oh, fuck. Alright, and, Eddie, what are you gonna be, what have you done, this week?
Alright, I'll start off with something that I actually forgot about doing last week, but it's something I've done last week, which is I played Concrete Genie.
Okay. I know we just got that for free, but I don't know what it is.
It is a... Well, first things first, to set the scene, I guess. Control, to compare it to with the other free game of this month. Control was a game that was kind of disappointing, but it had promise to me. So I played through it. Concrete Genie, I played like 1 or 2 hours and then I deleted the game. Just straight up. Like
PS Plus, it feels like most months of PS Plus, they give you a winner and they give you a stinker. It'll never be as bad as Ollie Ollie 2, though.
Oh, I bought that game for $1. $1.
Yeah, it was a waste of a fucking dollar is what that was. Ugh. Oh, God,
I mean, is it worse than Massive Chalice for 3 months in a row? Not Massive Chalice. That also happened, by the way, but no, not Massive Chalice. Pool Nation Effects for 5.
Well, that wasn't intended to be the free game of the month, except for maybe 1 month. That was just free at the same time.
No, that was the gold game for like 5 months at the start of the Xbox's freaking the Xbox One's launch, I think.
Oh, I thought you were talking about PS Plus. Oh.
No. Both Massive Chalice and Pool Nation Effects have gone on being the free games multiple times because they didn't have enough one games to give away.
Yeah, Gold's never really been able to work out that issue, have they?
Well, I don't know.
I
I
definitely
don't know.
remember
I
the one
haven't.
week they were like, "Hey, you want fucking Cars too? The video game?"
Yeah, and I got that because I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, hey, yeah, we can rip on this for the channel, and then I played it, and then I played it.
Yeah. Oh shit. And like the PS5 has already started off with such a better like PS Plus lineup. It's kind of crazy. How's Gold doing for the sex launch?
Well, they gave away KOF 13. That's that
That is
beats
a
Box next, if you ask me.
that is a good game, but that is not the kind of game that would appeal to the overwhelming majority of people. That
let
is,
me look.
I'm
Let
sure
me look
that
at
a
the
lot of
recent.
people. I'm sure that a lot of people picked it up and were like, "Oh, it's the game that Terry's from. This must be a new fighting game franchise. I've never heard of it."
Yeah. Okay, so this month's games for with gold are the RE remake,
Okay,
Gears 5,
okay, those are both good.
Dandara,
I don't remember if that one's good. I feel like I've heard good things.
Indiana Jones and the Empire of something I can't see.
I can't keep
that's
the
the that's the title.
the Empire of something I can't see. I
Yes.
I can never keep the Indiana Jones games straight. I know there's like 5 of them. Aren't they all like 2D Prince of Persia style platformers?
I don't know. I never gave enough of a shit about Indiana Jones to look into
I,
the games in particular.
and I mean like classic Prince of Persia, not the 3D Prince of Persia,
Yeah,
like
I
2D
figured.
Prince
I
of Persia.
figured. I
Yeah.
figured. And then also Lost Planet, the first one, I think.
Wow, that game is aged very poorly, so that's an interesting choice.
Oh, it's Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. They have it
N-
in the description. All right, nice.
Never heard of it. Indiana Jones
And
and the
then let
Emperor something or other.
yeah, the Empire of something I can see.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
let's see. And then January was Little Nightmares, Net Rising,
uh,
KOF 13, and Breakdown.
okay, did you say Dead Rising or Ned Rising?
Dead Rising, although Dead Rising would be an interesting game where you play as Ned Flanders killing homers, evil Flanders.
Okay, Dead Rising 1?
Yes.
That game came out 15 fucking years ago.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of my top 5 favorite games of all time, but
Well, it's
still.
you see it's an Xbox One game because they're giving away the remaster.
But okay, I liked the remaster, but the remaster was just an upresing, just an upscaling. It doesn't actually add anything.
Nah, but the Xbox One though.
Okay, sure. Like
I mean,
I'm glad to see more
did
people
we
playing the original Dead Rising 1, I guess.
did we run out of 360 games though? That the past 2 months they've been giving away two one games, one 360 game and one original Xbox game. Because the backwards compatibility to the original Xbox, as far as I know, hasn't been updated any more than it was when the freaking backwards compatibility project was still going, and they didn't really make a whole lot of games backwards compatible like that. So,
I thought backwards compatibility with the OG Xbox was supposed to be a big appeal for this X.
well, no, it's literally just the same as the one because this X is just a stronger one.
Wait. So the Xbox One can run original Xbox games?
Yes, I own Conquer Live
Oh,
and Reloaded, dude.
god damn it! Like a year ago, I fucking picked up the original Punisher for the original Xbox, I was playing it on Xbox 360 and I was like, this
Oh,
is a
but
good.
not all of them. Not all of them.
Okay, let me.
If it's on the list, then it can run it.
Is the
And that's
Punisher playable on Xbox One? Is the Punisher backwards compatible on Xbox One? There we go. Okay, unfortunately not, apparently.
so yeah, you didn't miss out on shit.
That's unfortunate because the Xbox 360 controller is really clunky and I do not like it.
I have no arguments.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned how to I learned how to play Tekken on the 360 D-pad, but like I don't blame people who didn't.
Yeah.
That's a lie too, because I didn't learn how to play Tekken. I learned how to play Tekken Tech 2
Oh,
on the 360 D-pad because I freaking played a shit ton of Tekken 5 before that. So
alright.
yeah.
We're gonna hear a weird blinking Windows 10 noise in the recording there, because my dumbass forgot it makes the Windows 10 noise when you press Control F and can't actually find what you're looking for on the page, so hey.
Nice.
Whatever, fuck it, it adds to the taste of the recording. It's delicious.
Yes.
It's delicious, low-quality stench.
It gives it a nice twangy feeling.
They made a Panzer Dragoon game after the notoriously fucked up the famously good but did poorly RPG.
I don't know. I don't know shit about Panzer Dragoon.
I don't know much about the failed RPG other than the RPG. Oh,
Like,
yo.
honest, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, honestly, like one of the reasons that I'm more inclined to get a PS5 whenever in like 5 years I'll be able to afford one, and then it will actually be in stock as well. You know, just they have to fulfill all of the stars. But
Yeah.
but like you know, the reason I'm more inclined to go with the PS5 is just because like Xbox's like Microsoft's IPs don't really interest me. The only one like is there one that I care about? Because Rare, I don't like any of Rare's games. And aside
Don't like
from them,
Halo, don't
what
like
do they have?
Gears.
Yeah, I don't like those two either.
And everything that the thing is, like everything that Microsoft does now, they put out on PC anyways.
Yeah, that too.
Like was like for a good while, I was when the Xbox One and PS4 both launched, I went with the PS4, but I was going in like I kind of wish I could play Gears 4 on my PS4. And now we're down the line. It's like, oh, no worries. Not a problem. Alright, and... Okay, so where we were just talking about, you had played Street Genie, right?
Concrete Genie.
Concrete Genie. Street Genie sounds like a fucking street sweeper.
Street Genie sounds like a really beat 'em up from the PS2 era.
Yeah. It sounds like a drug.
But it's spelled like the female name Genie.
Yeah. No, Street Genie is just a hooker.
Yeah. There we have it.
Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, so Concrete Genie. It's a stealth platformer
Interesting.
where you have all of the motion controls that they could do with the DualShock 4.
Oh, no.
So thank God there is a way to control your aim with the right stick whenever you need to aim your magical brush. But the recommended way to play the game is by using the gyros.
So
And
Sony funded this, didn't they?
yes,
Uh-huh. Fucking Sony.
and yeah, that makes the gameplay not really fun. I mean, I tried that both ways because that's if you wanna get an actual feel for a game, you give it a chance both of the ways if it offers them and shit like that, because you know that's what that's what a thorough reviewer does.
Yeah.
And yeah, the game's not for me. Like it is a 3D style platformer. That's about all I can say that's good about it. Because the art style is the art style is the most subjective thing that I dislike, honestly. Because like I can see where some people would like it, but at the same time it just looks like shit to me. So I don't enjoy it myself.
Ha!
Bless you.
Thank you.
Because it goes for this like I don't even know what to call it. It's this I don't freaking know. It kind of minimalistic, I guess, like sketchbook style or something like that. And
Yeah.
it just doesn't look good. Like the facial animations don't look good to me because they're just like static images being flipped and yeah and stuff like that. But I mean, the game can look good, I suppose. And one of the major mechanics of the game is drawing on walls with your gyros.
Drawing on what with your gyros?
Walls.
Walls,
The
okay.
sweat the sweat dripping down my balls.
Oh no.
So yeah. I'm trying to construct sentences about this that actually explain what's going on because like most of what I remember is hey, this game has an all right parkour mechanic or like it's kind of fun and that's about all the enjoyment I got out of it because the way you avoid detection is by parkour and it's not even like very like it's not Assassin's Creed. It's closer to Ghost of Tsushima parkour, but you can scale walls. It's just grab onto the ledges and then jump, and that's fine. Like not everything needs to be the most complex system, but yeah. But it really like most of the game for me was just, hey, I'm standing on a rooftop. Hey, go into drawing mode and then just wiggle the freaking right stick around or the whole controller to draw shit. And you don't even really decide what you draw. Like if it was a bit more like Okami, then I might have liked it because Okami, if you remember, has the thing where you actually draw the shapes and the game decides to recognize what shapes you drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this game you just select a pattern with the brush and then that's the thing you draw.
Okay.
So it's not even interesting. It's just hey. For this puzzle, I need to make grass. So I'm gonna select the grass brush and then stroke down. And that's all the creativity you get out of that.
So this is a gimmick showcase by Sony.
Yes, it's a mediocre kind of boring gimmick showcase by Sony.
Okay, I get it. Oh, Sony. Them and Nintendo, they just can't fucking stop with that, can they?
Nope.
Like, Microsoft doesn't have stupid bullshit control gimmicks. They instead are just like, hey, Netflix. Which thankfully,
Kinect.
they thankfully toned that down in the past 7 years because that was kind of a clusterfuck with the Xbox One launch.
Yeah.
And like
And now,
it's all.
yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say now they're helping Nintendo with some shit.
Yeah. I mean, they might as well because the Sony's in the lead, so fuck it.
Yeah. the
Is it?
freaking the
Is
last
it?
DLC character, the next DLC character of freaking of Smash is Master Chef.
I was just
It's
about.
no, it's Marcus Phoenix wearing the Master Chef outfit.
I was just about to say, is it not bizarre that we live in a world where the idea of Master Chief getting added to Smash is not stupid?
I mean, hey, anything can happen. We have oh bloody hell, I'm forgetting her name. That horrible thing that they did with Smash. Remember
Uh,
the chick from MGS who blows up?
Oh, Paw's being a living bomb, right? And for some reason, all the black characters are either Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Uh huh. Yeah, I do gotta wonder who was in charge of world of whatever, world of light. I know it was an
World,
afterthought, but damn.
World of Yagami Light. You go through the story mode trying to erase your name from the Death Note before you die. Kind of canon. Now that I
Kind
think about it.
possibly. I know World of Light was an afterthought, but what the fuck? Did they just give it to like fucking Shoji sitting in the basement? He has a desk in the
Maybe.
basement next to the boiler. Hey Shoji, we need a story mode for this. We've already made some cutscenes, but we just make some shit for the player to do. All right. Well, all right. I'll make your story mode. I'm gonna make it mad fucking racist though.
We already made the story mode, but the cutscenes leaked, so we'll only use text from now on.
Yeah. That Nintendo
Sakura-
would do that. Nintendo would absolutely do that.
Nintendo did that.
Nintendo
Nintendo did that.
Nintendo gets so easily offended, it's ridiculous.
Nintendo did that with Smash Wii U. Are you forgetting the 36 high-res cutscenes?
No, you know what I forgot? I just read
Yeah.
about it this morning while I was reading trivia. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 was originally going to, on the GameCube copy, was going to have Link and Samus as playable characters that were in the Ultimate Alliance. But when Nintendo, unfortunately, Activision showed Link and Samus, the prototypes for Link and Samus, running on a PlayStation 2 build, so Nintendo immediately was like, no, fuck you, we're taking these characters back. Even though, like, they could have just said, don't put them in the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah. Although sometimes like you can kind of understand why they do it, because if you remember, there was supposed to be a like live action Metroid and Zelda or whatever on Netflix,
Yeah, made
and
by Netflix.
that's been canned because apparently someone at Netflix was like, "Hey, we literally just made a deal with Nintendo," and Nintendo was like, "No, you didn't, not anymore."
Yeah. Some of those some of the smarter corporations will do things like that deliberately to search for which companies have bad leaking policies. Like, just send fake offers as a test in the waters first, and if they do leak it, then it's like, alright, yeah, we're not doing anything with you.
Fair.
But I'm glad that the Nintendo Netflix deal got canceled, though, because the majority of Netflix's own homegrown stuff is terrible. Maybe if they got the Castlevania guy to do it, I think he could pull it off. But he's probably too busy with Devil May Cry right now.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he did Dragon's Dogma. Right. After Castlevania, he followed that up with Dragon's Dogma before working on Castlevania. Not Castlevania. He did Castlevania. That led to him getting the deal for Dragon's Dogma and Devil May Cry. And he did Dragon's Dogma. And I think the Dragon's Dogma anime was considered to be actually kind of mediocre.
Ah.
Admittedly, there's not much you can do with Dragon's Dogma. The story in that game isn't very impressive. It's mostly about the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, how many episodes of an anime or 22-minute episodes can you fill with throwing around small people?
Yeah. Or small people throwing around big people.
Yeah, or that.
Oh god, I uninstalled the game because I didn't intend to put much more time into it. I should have started up a save file as the shortest character possible to try and find the tallest character in town, and just see what it looks like when the smallest character
Feed
is
them to leeches.
Yeah, see what it looks like when the smallest characters grapple the big character. Oh my god, could you imagine if your character is significantly smaller than the other human characters? Imagine if instead of adding doing the grapple mechanic, it instead just has your character do the fucking Shadow of Colossus climb.
I mean, I don't know what's funnier, that or just the like if it acted like picking up the guy statue in Sonic Adventure 1,
Yeah.
where they just freeze in a T pose, and then you just run around carrying them by their feet.
Now I'm stuck thinking about the Super Best Friends. Wooly once said, Wooly and Pat were talking about the concept of having sex with girls that are taller than you, and Pat was complaining and saying, "No, having sex with girls that are taller than you sucks." And you know, Pat's like 5'1", so every girl's taller than him. And whereas Wooly, who was like 6'4" or something ridiculously huge, said, "Oh no, I want it, man." And Wooly was saying like, when you get into bed with her, the Shadow of the Colossus music just starts playing.
Sure, why not?
Oh, that'd be priceless. What if the final Colossus' music starts playing? The 13th Colossus' music. What's that mean?
You don't want to come because then you turn into a colossus yourself.
Oh no.
Your dick won't be the only thing getting longer, boy.
Oh god, instead of piercing the weak point with your sword, you pierce the weak point with your sword.
The mighty sword.
Excuse me, gentlemen, while I go polish my sword. I gotta say, Wander's real bad at swinging his sword, though. It's a good thing he only pierces. Well, that's enough of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else did you do this week, Addy?
Oh, blimey. What else did I do this week? I forget. After that.
Did you pierce the weak point with your sword?
No, I wish. I pierced the strong point, leading my sword to be broken.
Oh no!
Well, I guess it's about time that I bring up Smite then. I guess. the weekly Smite talk.
Which somehow led to you breaking your dick.
Yes. So just today, every day I log in and do a couple of matches just to get shit done. But like today, I didn't actually get to play too many matches because yeah, apparently I'm doing too good at the game, and now I only have one mission, and it's not for money. So whatever, I'm not doing it. But yeah, so I queue up for an arena match. The game does its best to actually find me a match. Okay, everyone immediately looks in squishies. Two assassins, two mages. So at that point, I'm like, okay, Sylvanus, because why not? One guy writes in chat, "Hey, we need hunters." And I didn't look in Hunter. I should have. I didn't look in Hunter. I got 8 kills that game and 32 assists. No deaths. So hey, Hunter Sylvanus is back at it again.
The KDA ratio must have been absurd.
Yeah. I mean, I might be mixing up the KD. Honestly, actually, I do think I am. I'm mixing it up with another thing. Because I think they killed me twice. And I got like freaking 8 to 10 kills, and I don't remember how many assists then. But like, still, that's like, considering that I'm playing Sylvanus, I feel like that's a pretty good number.
Did they at least pick like one of the tankier assassins or mages, like Hades?
No, Loki.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was Loki, Hel, and by the way, I had more healing than Hel because she was building magical penetration.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, you should to a point build her for magical penetration or something like that. Like, you know, something that puts her magic up. But that should be after you build Lotus Crown and a lot of S pools.
And doesn't magical power usually help ability heals a lot?
I don't know.
I most of the Smite gods I've seen in the God Builder, when they have ability heals, it says plus 80% of your magical power or something like that. You know?
Ah, yeah, that may be. But yeah, like, you know, that happened. Who else was there? The other assassin was, I'm forgetting. Whatever, who cares?
I'm not
But
sure it gets
basically
squishier than Loki, so.
Yeah. So that match was fun, as you can imagine, being the guardian of them,
Yeah.
while also having to be the hunter.
I just look. We need a hunter.
Like, freaking zoom in on Sylvanus' face. His eyes are glowing red.
Yeah. And the thing always is with these people is it's like, these people are clearly the types who got one really good kill streak with Thanatos at one time, and every time since, they're like, oh, well, obviously you build all damage dealing on all characters on every part of the team. Of course. What are you doing taking a character like Sylvanas? Why aren't you taking Ao Kuang?
And even if they're not that, like even if they don't expect the entire team to go along with their stupid shit, it's like they got hard carried once real bad, but they
Yeah.
didn't notice. And so now they think that freaking diving the enemy team 1v5 is a good idea because
Yeah.
they're just that good. And they always spam VGS as well.
Yep.
Like that's an exclusive thing. Like
You.
for all the shit for all the shit that this team gave me, just trying to freaking keep them safe and alive. They appreciated it. They tried not to die, and I actually noticed that in how they played. They didn't spam VGS. They actually ran away when there was a chance to. Usually Loki sometimes didn't, but that's Loki.
Yeah.
Like that's just Loki players, kinda. When you
Yeah.
think about it. But like they actually tried, and I could tell. But there are sometimes the assholes who got hard carried once and just don't know any better, I guess, or something, or like they're too confident in their abilities and just keep 1v5ing the entire enemy team while their team their team is like in fountain, and then keep spamming VGS because they keep dying for some reason. I wonder why.
Yeah. The kid who doesn't understand that they've had training wheels on for a while and gets really pissed when the training wheels are taken off.
Yeah.
But you don't know you ever had the training wheels on in the first place, so you just think that something changed that's unfair.
I mean, with smart matchmaking, sometimes things do change to be unfair, but
Yeah.
like you just learn to deal with that too.
Yeah, it's one of those all or nothing ELO systems, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like, it is incredible.
Actually, it seems like they've improved it a small bit because the last, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, I've been having matches that all come real close. So maybe it's fine now.
The
maybe they improved it.
The ELO system probably is also just a bit fucked up from how our team is very much differing in terms of skill level, right? Like, doubly so when we have, like, Goku or Ted or Volcano with us, right?
Yeah.
Because it looks at Soon, like, doing absurdly well. It looks at you doing absurdly well. And I've got, like, a shitload of experience with the game, and it's like, oh, clearly these are pros. But then it's also like, oh, new accounts. Oh, sometimes you guys don't do well. Sometimes you have newbies. Alright, well, it's time for us to hand you the babies.
Yeah. Here are the baby seals for you to club.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Here's a Loki player who doesn't understand that he's supposed to flank. Okay.
No, I give you one better. Here's a tech speed Bologna who won the game once like that and will now follow you into Fountain. Actually
Yeah.
happened to me, by the way. Oh no, it wasn't Bologna. I'm just shit talking Bologna now. No, it was Fenrir. Fenrir built attack speed and followed me into spawn while I was with Danzaburo because he was like, I'm sure I can get this kill, and I shot him.
See, following someone under the towers, I can get that, and I can kind of be like, I admire the balls. Following someone into Fountain is like, you sir are suicidally insane.
I mean, you can sometimes follow people into the fountain. I've done it once with Uller, but the difference there is they literally just stepped into the fountain. I jumped into the doorway and ran out. So the damage I took was relatively minimal compared to just
Uller's a hunter, and hunters generally are pretty good at very abrupt burst damage a lot of the time. So, like, you can get it a little better there, but, like, someone who relies on consistent damage, like warriors or assassins, like, oh yeah, it's not happening. The fountain can heal way faster than you can hurt.
Yeah. Like whenever someone does a play like that, I just imagine that they play with a good push, because
Yeah.
a good push walks up to your fountain, puts an ult into it, and then you die. Well, it depends. It depends. Like it depends on how far you've gone into the game, I guess, and also who you're playing, because most of my Alpush experience is playing like assassins and hunters, and obviously Alpush is going to kill assassins and hunters no matter what.
Yeah.
So
But when all push is put up against another mage or warrior, he's just kind of like, oh, well, guess I'll die. I
yeah,
will throw all my burst damage at you. Oh shit, you're still alive. I never thought to put Oppush's ult in the fountain, though. That I have to imagine that they can, anyone who isn't, like, really low on health can just power through anyways, right?
yeah. It depends on their builds and shit. Because there has been one time when Alpush, like, if Alpush did do more damage to me than I could heal. I just walked out of his ult. So you know.
Alright.
But like if you have, like, I don't know, 50% health or squishy, then there's a chance Alpush can kill you in spawn.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
All right, and yeah, I actually wanted to talk about another game,
Okay.
another Smite game. I mean,
Oh, okay.
that I just found funny, which is Smite. One of the quests I got this week for Smite was play 3 Chinese characters, and I only own 2, so so I had to play Naja and Mulan. And Mulan I have not played before. Naja I have. So first things first, nobody told me Mulan is not a warrior and is instead an assassin, but
Yeah, she's one of the most aggressive warriors, that's for certain.
I
She
mean,
is.
literally the only thing that makes her a warrior to me is that she gets more physical penetration or whatever of building defense, and that's it.
Yep.
Like if that wasn't in her clause, she'd just be an assassin.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the fundamental idea behind her. Yeah, is just build tankiness, and it somehow makes you an assassin.
Sure, why not?
She is very much a skill shot or die though character though, ain't she?
Yeah,
You can't get those skill shots consistently. Well, congrats, you're just gonna stand there and take hits. Which again, she wants to build for protection, so it doesn't hurt her that bad. But if you want to fill the simultaneous tank assassin role properly as her, you need to get those skill shots off properly.
yeah.
Definitely an
And with
interesting design.
yeah, it's something different. It's not King Arthur again, and
Yeah,
it's also not freaking Herc.
that's always the question with the new god designs, which I think they've been doing a very good job of. Around the time you and Pink got into Smite, they've been doing just a string of really interesting, different, weird gods. With obviously the biggest, most different and weird one being Jormungandr, but I doubt they're ever going to
Yeah.
get that weird again. Would there even be anyone they could do bigger than Jormund? Because Cthulhu gets about to Jormund's size when he ults, you know?
Atlas, maybe.
Oh, that Atlas would be badass. Atlas would be badass. What if Atlas's ult is he just drops the world and it causes an earthquake on the entire map?
I mean, I was kind of thinking more at Atlas despawns from the map and then just like becomes a skybox laying down lasers
Oh no!
with him from his eyes. I know nothing about Greek mythology, but hey, I'll take Kaiju Atlas.
He's a Titan, so they had weird powers, I think. All right.
Oh.
Anything else?
So yeah. Oh yeah. The actual match I was going to talk about was, so I used to main Naja for a bit,
Is
and that was
Naja the
years ago.
Chinese? Is Naja the Chinese god with the spear that's on roller skates?
Yes.
Okay, I always get Naja confused with. I don't know who I get Naja confused with. Anyways, continue.
What's the other guy look like?
I don't remember. I feel like I get Naja
Ah.
confused with another, like, kind of boy Chinese god that's like a young boy, I think.
I don't know who that could be. Maybe Hoi.
Hoyi's definitely a grown man. He's shirtless and ripped.
I haven't seen Hoi a lot, you know.
Yeah. You don't see Hou-Yi,
Usually,
you see the five suns dropping on you.
well, no. Usually, when I saw Hoi when I was playing Cooler, I saw him on the other side of the map dying. So,
Hou-Yi players do tend to have bad habits of doing that, yeah.
but yeah, so I used to play Naja, so I have some experience, and that's actually a funny thing that happens sometimes. Sometimes is when I load into a game with one of the characters I used to play a lot. Is people see that I actually know a couple of mix-ups and like combos and shit, and they're like, oh,
Oh
and
no.
immediately all of the enemy team aggroes on me and no one else for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
I I've won games for my team just by being
Nice.
like genuinely, because the entire enemy team, whenever I appeared on the freaking the battlefield, the entire enemy team just jumped on me. So the warrior and the guardian could just step in, and then the squishies could take everyone out.
With Smite, you don't want you want to be the guy in the middle with Smite. If you're at the bottom end, people figure out you're the weak link. They think you're an easy feeder. And if you're at the top, then they're like, "Oh shit, he's the big threat. Get him."
Yeah, I mean they chose the wrong fight because I was a novice that time.
Oh yeah.
And oh, that was the match where Farrier came into the fountain with me. Now that I'm reminded.
Back.
That Farrier had a personal vendetta against Nubis, and he was wrong in trying to take it out on me.
It was a dog fight.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when I used to really like main Emir, and I'd play Emir pretty well every match. This was like way before you and Pink even started playing Smite. This is back in the day when like me and Soon were both completely new to it. So we're talking ancient fucking history now.
Yeah.
And I remember that a lot of the fun with Emir was just scaring the opponents so that they would start focusing on me. Because Emir, like you fought against Emir. Emir is really.
I have mained Emir as well when I started playing on PS4 because he was the only Guardian. And guess what? When you queue with other people, Guardian is what you play.
Yep. So, that's a nice thing about playing with other people on an actual team is like, oh hey, you guys don't just play Assassin and Hunter all the time.
I mean, I do, but I do usually. It's just if y'all wanna play, then I'm not throwing a hissy fit about it.
Half the time, you taking Assassin is doing a service because me, Soon, and Pink are not Assassin mains.
Pink has a good Farrier.
Pink has a good Fenrir. That's absolutely true. Do I have any Assassin mains? There was an Assassin I was trying to learn like a year ago.
Ravana, maybe? Ravana was fun.
I tried to learn Ravana for a couple games, yeah. I tried to give Thor a serious shot, but I wasn't very good with him.
Thor's been reworked, so maybe he's more fun now, but when I tried learning Thor, he wasn't fun, so I just dropped him for his cooler god cousin Thanatos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Is there not someone on in our group who mains Rat?
I main Rat.
Oh, I get you, Pink, and Soon all play Rat. I'm the only one who doesn't play Rat. I've never played Rat once. I should probably play Rat at some point just so I can finally understand him. All I know about him is Acorns and Idrisil.
I mean, Acorns not so much anymore because they needed to give the Acorn gimmick to Danzaburo.
Ah, okay.
So because the Acorns used to work kind of like Danzaburo's moneybags, but they reworked Rattatos good, and now they're just they're just a shotgun blast.
Okay.
Basically.
I see. Okay. Doesn't he also get like unique acorns he can buy in the shop?
Now he does, yeah.
Okay. Did they finally make
him work? My day. Yeah.
Did they finally make him viable in Arena after so long of him being a pretty well Conquest exclusive character?
I don't know because I used to wreck shit with him before the rework, so to me he always was viable in Arena.
Heh. I know Soon always mouthed off about that.
Yeah, I don't know. His ability is like I guess if you play assassins a bit more like Loki, then his reworked 3 could work better. But otherwise, he's more or less just the same character that I used to play. And basically, how I play Red Oscar is just well, I guess a warrior with not as much health. It depends. It depends on the context. Because sometimes you just dash in and kill people with the dash because he has a dash on 1.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's enough. If not, then you do the 2, which is a spinning attack that just slows people down.
Okay.
And that's basically all it is. It's
Okay.
just stun them with the 3, dash, and then spinning attack, and then you do AAs while you
I,
have
s-
while you have on while you're on cooldowns. Words.
I see. Oh, and the Idrisil ult though. That, correct me if I'm wrong. That's just him hopping from branch to branch and doesn't really do anything other than allowing him to basically fly, right?
Yeah, it's just you get 3 jumps with limited range.
Okay, so when Soon was saying that he's not as viable in arena, is he referring to that?
I mean, I guess that or that like yeah, he has a couple of shared problems with Danzaburo in that a lot of his like both of his escapes are also really good freaking chase tools, and
Yeah.
so it sometimes it's a hard choice between trying to escape and chasing someone down, because if you chase someone down, then maybe you would have wanted to use one of the abilities to escape, and you can't now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem with characters like Apollo too.
And funnily enough, and enough, now that I think about it, both of them have 2 different chase slash escape tools like that. So
Yeah.
that's funny. But yeah, Red is a lot of fun. Like I'm getting to a point with the PS4 version of Smite where I have all of the gods I want unlocked. which is to say that I have Danny and Uller for hunters. I have 5 different assassins
Yeah.
because like it's not even a thing of like I really play assassin a lot. It's just I don't like any of them in particular too much. Like I main red right now because red I've been liking red recently, and before I quit I is when I picked him up. So whatever. But
Yeah.
like I also have Thanatos. I have freaking Naja. I have someone else that's not Tsukuyomi, but I also bought Tsukuyomi because the last time I played him, I got a freaking quadra kill. So hey.
Ah.
And then, like that's the funny part. I only have five of each god type that I actually play in Assassins and Guardians. Because usually when you solo queue, somehow people end up not picking Assassins or Guardians, and after a while you just want different characters to play sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so the Naja match I was going to talk about like freaking half an hour ago.
Ha!
So I used to play Naja a lot, so I remember some stuff about how to play him, and I think they have fine tuned him a bit since then, but that doesn't really change a lot. But I loaded it into a match, and I just like I basically was only good enough. Like I only remembered enough Naja to not feed, and
Uh-oh.
that's not really good when you're an assassin.
No.
And the rest of the team weren't really much more well versed with their characters than I was, from the looks of it. So that 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 resulted in a match where I think it was 15 minutes in or something like that. We were at 150 ticks and they were at 280.
Yeah.
I got the last kill of that match to secure the win for us with 1 tick again.
Ooh. Ooh, that
Yeah,
is disturbingly close.
yeah. Like by the end, I actually kind of started remembering how to play Naja, and also the team. Like we started working together better. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So I could actually secure kills now. I didn't need to pretend I was a warrior. And by the way, that's my favorite thing when I'm playing squishies, but the teammates I get are not as experienced as I am from the looks of things. So I just have this need to, okay, I guess I'm Guardian now.
Ha!
And like even like, that was a funny picture. Playing Naja in a game with Ymir. Ymir has one shot left. Neat is using her ult to try and shoot Ymir. I stand in front of Ymir.
Perfect.
And
I wish I paid
died.
enough. I wish I paid enough attention to do that intentionally.
I mean, I sometimes pay attention because I want like people who are into game to have fun as well.
Yeah.
But so sometimes they make it hard, so I just don't bother. There was this one game. There was this one game where I was Capri, and I forget who it was, but it was this. I think it was like Achilles or someone like that. Someone who's supposed to be tanky, but is usually played like an assassin because this kid allows for that.
You're kind of supposed to switch back and forth between it.
Ah, but yeah. So we had an Achilles who thought he was Loki.
Huh?
Basically,
He kind of can be.
he can be, but I imagine you're not supposed to use it. Like I imagine after you secure the kill, you're not supposed to go 3-on-1 while your team is in freaking in the middle laning, and you're next to fountain.
Have you
And
have you played Achilles
I have not
before?
played Achilles. No.
Okay, so I want to mention this because it's actually, I think, one of the what makes Achilles a weird character. His passive is if you're in the fountain and you basic attack, it switches between being armored and unarmored. And when he's armored, he has higher protections, crowd control reduction, yada yada yada. And when he's unarmored, he has higher move speed, and attack penetration, I want to say.
I see.
Yeah. So Achilles is... I don't know how you're supposed to balance it, but Achilles is supposed to switch constantly between being more of an assassin, offensive type warrior, and more of a defensive guardian type warrior, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, so that game was spent trying to save Achilles' ass because he would eventually get himself into a 1v5 every time.
Ha!
And obviously all the help that I can provide will not save him because like the thing is, even when because my Capri was Rusty Abyss as well because I haven't played him in a while, so you know I messed up a lot as well. I'm not putting all of the blame on him, but at the same time, when you go 1v5 against the enemy team and then they kill you, and the only reason you're not actually dead is because I put my ult on you, and then you run back into the 1v5, like.
No, please kill me! I want to die!
Yeah, like there's only so much I can help people, and like
Yeah.
you do that 3 times in a row, and I'm just gonna stop resing you.
Yep.
Honestly.
Yep, by that point you're just wasting it. Better to put it on the other teammates.
Yeah. So yeah, Smite.
Alright, anything else?
Let's see. I did do something else, but I don't know what exactly. Oh, freaking hell. Well, okay. Let's go with that one. trying to flip through the pages, but they've all been blanked out. So it turns out my database has been rewritten by the people who made Control, and now everything is a black bar, and there's like of and then visible.
Oh
no! But seriously, so yeah, I did actually want to bring up the discussion we had on the forum in the middle of the week.
Oh,
because I found it amusing. I mean, I don't know. I found it amusing. It's the thing. You know, I was wondering when the first time someone like, you know, shit words. I was wondering when people would be like, hey, why? Because yeah, like when when Brendan posted that post and I read it, I was smiling because here's the thing: the only way I know if I actually wanna stick with this and all that is if it's challenged. So
Hmm.
like the thing is if I freaking if I actually stick with this furry thing, which I mean for now I'm planning on doing that because eh. But like if I end up sticking with it and I actually like make it a thing on my main channels and stuff like that, like the first time I'm getting an overblown non-argument that's just trying to freaking to I guess hurt my feelings, I don't know, but by like calling me names and shit, I'm printing that shit out and framing it. Because if I piss people off just by existing, then I'm doing something right, I guess.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
True. I also found it funny how Brandon went from do I need to slap that weird shit out of you to oh I'm sorry Eddie in 4 posts.
That's Brandon, man. He
Yeah, I know. I don't blame him. Like I think that was a conversation. I was going to call it an argument, but it wasn't really an argument. It was just a conversation where nobody was wrong. Like to me it was kind of retreaded water because um like I've went through some of those hoops myself alone as well. I just didn't talk about him because I mean I don't know. Yeah,
You want to know the really funny part?
yeah,
When you first mentioned this to me and Pink, like a few weeks back, probably a couple months back by now, I said I thought probably everyone on the forum is going to take it pretty well, except for Mike. Mike was the one I expected to be judgmental about this.
yeah.
Right as that discussion was finishing, Mike PM'd me saying, "Where does Ted get off judging Addy for this? I admire for Addy for being so open about this and that." And what I said to Mike was, "Mike, it cleared up. It was nothing." And then the next message is Mike saying, "Oh shit, I just read the rest of the post. Okay."
Funny.
Yeah. So it turns out I was wrong about that.
I mean, the first time we record something with Mike, I'm still telling him that I'm gonna be really disappointed in him if he doesn't come up with a new insult for me. Because like that's the type of behavior I expect out of him.
I don't know if you challenge him to do it, he might not do it because he always does it to Iadil, but that's because Iadil doesn't like it when Mike mocks him.
I mean, I don't necessarily like when people mock me, but like if we can't make fun of it, then am I really fine with it? That's the thing for me because like
as Muda was saying on the forum a couple of days ago, it sends up red flags when people don't want to talk about something.
Yeah, and I like apparently I need to push myself to talk about shit. So hey,
talking is good.
I'm doing just it. Yeah. But yeah, like with that spot, like that's I mean that is what I imagined out of Ted. The first couple of posts, I was very like I was happy that we actually reached a conclusion where both of us were satisfied because
Yeah.
And like as I've said, he didn't really say anything new to me in particular because some of the stuff he said I figured out on my own, and other stuff I like even though last week I was saying shit like how maybe I don't need help, that's just the ruts you get in with this shit sometimes.
Yep.
So, and like it's not like I told my sister, which I don't think you were there when I mentioned this first. I think that was the podcast that Pink and I recorded alone, well, alone together. But yeah, like throughout this whole thing, like since Christmas, I've asked my sister to look for actual like professional help. It's just a matter of time. And really, when I say that like when I talk about how I'm considering actually like getting help and not getting help, I'm not really saying that I don't freaking. I'm not saying that I'm gonna tell her to stop looking. I'm just saying that if I feel like I need help, then I'm gonna start looking myself. Like I'm just gonna force myself to freaking actually do the thing instead of trying to play 3D chess with myself. Wait, that makes no sense. 3D chess. What other types are there? 2D, I guess, with the freaking video
Yeah,
chess, but like,
yeah, I was about to say there's no such thing as 3D chat. Oh, whoops. Anyways, carry on.
all right,
I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
okay,
Just keep talking about something, okay?
okay, I will talk about something. So yeah, that was a funny thing, and funnier than even that. Oh, actually, I actually forgot about this, so it's nice that I started talking about the conversation. But funnier than even that is that earlier that day, I started writing yet another song. This is the fifth one, by the way.
Okay.
That's like from the way from the way it seems, it seems to be like the closing one for now. Like like okay, so every single song I'm writing, the two that are finished and the three that aren't right now, every one of them are in different genres, kind of. I don't know what the hell the first one is, by the way. Like that one eludes me, because the other ones, with the way I imagine them sounding, and the way I will try to push them to sound if they ever get made. It's like, oh, there's a pop song there, or something that resembles pop or alternative more. Here's a white guy with acoustic guitar song, which yeah.
Yeah.
Here's here's metalcore, because one of them ended up becoming metalcore, even though it didn't start out that way. And this next one is just straight up J rock, and that's going to be hard because like mid 2000s J rock, which is the thing it reminds me most of, will require me to not only use my upper register, but also belt out like high notes or high-ish notes for the way I am. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be a fun challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one, with the way it is written so far, is basically about closing this whole this part down so that I can actually move on. And now that I say that, I suppose it's, I don't freaking know. Maybe I should like write out a freaking thing for myself, to be like, hey, if you hit on this topic, then you can move on to this one, and then on to this one, and it will make sense instead of just switching between shit. But yeah, so have you fixed it, by the way?
Oh yeah, I fixed it a while ago.
Okay. So yeah, like where I am right now with this whole dealing with myself thing, it seems like I don't know, like I'm at the end of this part. I'm being okay, and there's some scary things coming with that as well, which I'll touch on a bit later. But really, I'm like it feels like finally I've reached a point where I can be where I can be okay.
Yeah.
And now it's just working on leaving it that way. Now the thing that's scary about all this is that in the freaking in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months of podcast, it's come up that I basically segregated myself into three different parts to deal with this whole thing and all that, and that's going away, which is good. Like
Yeah.
that's slowly deteriorating, but it's also bad because of how freaking um like the freaking furry speech and and shit like that is now bleeding into recordings. And all like, I don't know, it's scary to me because I feel I feel like this part may be over, but now we're getting to the part where I will get overconfident, and y'all will need to shut me down to actually establish where shit needs to be. Because try as I might, and as much as I actually will put in the effort to not go overboard with shit, like it, part of human nature with changes like this is that you go overboard, and then you receive negative attention, and then you stop going overboard with it.
I don't know. I think that a person can probably figure it out themselves, honestly.
I mean, I'll try. Don't get me wrong. It's just you know, like I don't like the thing that makes it scary is that I don't like the idea of having to expect y'all to freaking pull me back down if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because like I know you'll do it, but you shouldn't have to be expected. But yeah, so that's gonna be fun, and that's also probably why I'm gonna wait. Like I'll rewatch those videos and maybe send them to y'all. The shit I recorded recently. But like if I don't like it, if I think it's too cringy, then I'll just wait like I don't know like another month and hope that I'll have been able to freaking figure that shit out.
It is your channel.
But yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know who I am. The reason I'm so freaking attached to this whole furry thing right now is because of that. Because this presented itself to me as a part that I haven't been fine with, and now it's basically the only thing that I know. So maybe it will freaking die down a bit. Maybe it won't. I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
Like that's what only time will tell. But you know, life's fun. uh, I was going to lead into something, but I don't remember what. So,
All right.
well,
Did you do anything else this week?
I don't think so.
All right. I am going to try and rush through what I've done this week, as there is probably going to be a pizza very, very soon, and I've been told that I should get this podcast over with pretty quickly. So, this week, I did not do a whole lot. Yeah, looking over what Steam says I did this last week, yeah, pretty well the only thing worth talking about is Hades, which I did want to talk about with Pink, as Pink did recently pick it up, but it's probably better that he get a weekend with it, right?
Yeah.
So Hades, and here's the other good thing. You've already watched a video playthrough of Jerma's first run in Hades, right? The first completed run in Hades, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am cool to just go ahead and say, I don't think I did anything else this week that's really worth talking about. So just assume the rest of the podcast is going to be Hades spoilers, everyone. So,
all right, since you named up Germa, I have to. Go ahead while I look this picture up.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, man, I came really close to beating Hades there when I was on my 11th run. Like, the game can't just be over that quickly just because I'm, like, good enough to beat Hades already. And as it got closer to beating Hades, I assume there's something fucking hilarious going on over there. As it got closer to beating Hades,
the YouTube predictive algorithm, it did its job. So one of the memes that Hades kind of spawned, but not really, is Germa's dump truck ass. So I literally just wrote Germa's dump truck ass into Google, and it gave me the right image. Here you go.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, interesting.
So even though I feel like Hades is overblown, there are things that I like about it, like Germa's dump truck ass. Look, you can't tell me that he's not dummy tick in that picture.
What does that have to do with Hades?
It doesn't.
Why does it bring... What? Okay. Sure. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I was getting closer to a successful run, I was like, oh, you know what? I bet the game keeps going after your first successful run. So I was wondering, how do they justify that, right? How do they justify not only Zagreus having to go back to Hades, but also wanting to get out again? Like, how does Zagreus keep wanting to get out even after his first time getting out? And yeah, that's a pretty good explanation. That's a pretty good, justification for Zagreus repeatedly escaping from Hades. They handled that pretty well. With that said, I have not finished a second run yet. I got really close to beating Hades with the sword yesterday, but I was not able to pull it off. I am fascinated to see what the game does, like, each time you beat Hades and get back to the surface. Because I can assume that there's going to be, as much as anything else with Hades, a shitload of dialogue, but... Oh, that's probably the sound of the pizza arriving. Fuck, I gotta hurry it up. Hades is... Oh my god, the increasing amount of possibilities and gameplay mechanics. This is a game where you just keep going and it's like, hey, new game mechanic. Hey, new game mechanic. I just now... Like, there's so many things that can change on a run. And the beautiful thing here is, they always offer these really big risks, but for really big rewards. Did Jerma, at any point during the runs you saw, did he ever steal from Charon?
I think so, but I don't remember because it's been a while.
So that one's an interesting one. There's a chance that at Charon's shop, he'll have a bag of 300 gold behind him, and if you go and steal it, Charon will get angry and pull you into a chamber of the Styx, where you have to fight Charon as a boss. His attacks are relatively predictable, but they deal really high damage, so he's kind of an interesting boss design in that way. If you beat him, you not only get to keep the 300 gold you stole from him, he gives you Charon's special membership card, which gives you 20% off all purchases from Charon shops going forward, which is a massive buff, but there's a gamble there, because Charon does so much damage in his boss fight, you have to go in like, okay, am I focused enough to take on Charon? Because if I make fuck-ups, I will get killed by Charon. But if I gamble here, like, if I beat Charon, it's such a big reward, you know?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, he did get the membership card. Like I feel like I remember him talking about it. So yeah, I think Chet might have made him fight him.
Yeah,
it's something Twitch chat would do.
Yeah, sometimes Twitch chat's good for that. They show possibilities of the streamer that they wouldn't explore otherwise.
Well, no, I mean, usually when I see Twitch chat interacting with streamers, it's just, hey, do this dumb shit that will get you killed.
Yeah.
Waste time. So.
PogChamp emote.
Yeah, they just didn't expect him to actually not suck.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of how you're describing German's playthrough of Hades. Everyone expects him to suck, and then he just kicks ass.
Well, yeah, because usually he spends a lot of time like doing unrelated shit and not being able to pay attention because he has ADHD or something. I forget if it's ADD or ADHD, whatever. But like he has an actual thing going on, making him unable to pay attention. But sometimes it makes it harder for him to be good at games. So they expected him to suck ass at the game, and then he just beat it in like 11 tries.
Yeah. That's probably a game really good for people with ADHD, because there's so much shit going on in the later stages. The game is definitely very good at keeping your attention, because there's pretty well always something like, and when you're in the dungeons, it's like, oh man, what's the next buff? What's the next boon I'm gonna get? You know, what money am I gonna get? What's the next boss the game's gonna throw at me? You know, when I go up against the Furies, which sister is it gonna throw at me? Which variant of the Hydra is it gonna throw at me? I'm kind of surprised the game doesn't have any alternate variations of Theseus and Asterius, though. It's just always Theseus and Asterius. Hades also doesn't seem to have any alternate variants, but him I wouldn't expect to have alternate variants anyways, because, I mean, he's enough of a fucking threat when you know what he's going to do, right?
Yeah.
Hades, yeah.
If you beat Hades 10 times on the 11th run, he's actually smite Hades.
Oh no. Oh man, I hope I was really pleasantly surprised to find the secret Charon boss fight. I hope there are more secret boss fights, because I feel like Chaos would make a really cool boss fight. The Chaos design in this game is fascinating. Did Jerma ever get to Chaos?
I mean, he probably did, but the thing is, I when I watch streams, I don't actually watch them. I put them on as noise. Like,
okay.
So there are parts of the game that I remember how they look because he went there multiple times when I was looking at the screen, but I didn't actually see everything in the game.
Yeah.
I just heard about it for some of them.
Okay. So, in a sense, I have beaten Hades. In another sense, I have not come even close. I gotta say, like, I love the sheer amount of stuff you can unlock and upgrade between runs that don't necessarily just make you straight up stronger, but they make it feel a lot more efficient. Like, one of the things I like, one of the upgrades you can get. So, some of the run rewards are stuff that help you on your run, like money or god boons, but some don't help you on your run. They're stuff that you spend when you get back to the House of Hades. Stuff like Darkness, which you spend at the Mirror of Night, or Gems, which you spend to upgrade the House of Hades. So sometimes there's that question of, well, would you rather invest in future runs or invest in making this run better? And one of the things I like is that the house contractor will eventually offer you options for gems that are like, oh yeah, if you buy this for 40 gems, it makes it so that every time you pick up night, you get an equivalent value. Every time you pick up darkness, you get 20 coins or whatever, so that it's no longer like a choice. Or well, it's still a choice because you'd get more money just by straight going for money instead of going for the darkness. But you still get a little bit of help with your current run every time you pick up the upgrades to spend on future runs, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And this game is very much one that's kind of brutal on the gambler mentality, I've noticed. Not only because of stuff like, the secret boss fight against Charon, or like choosing to take damage and a debuff in exchange for a chaos boon. But the most brutal one to me is the final dungeon when you get to the Temple of Styx. And it's like, alright, there's 7 chambers here. One of them contains a satyr. The satyr is all you need to get past this dungeon. As soon as you get the satyr, this dungeon is done. But you can choose, even after you get the satyr, to go through the remaining chambers you've not finished for the extra rewards. So it becomes this question of like, do I think that I am doing good enough against the Temple of Styx enemies to necessitate going through and getting these rewards, or would I be better off just going straight to Hades? And it's a definite question, because I've gone through with like the fists, and I really gained from going through all the chambers. But then when I was going through with the sword, I really should have just ignored the other chambers and gone straight to Hades. Because with the sword, I was just getting my ass beat. And I believe that's the extent of my Hades talk. And I have got to head off because I believe that is a pizza downstairs. So, Eddie, Sebulba?
Sebulba?
Sebulba? Now this is what I call pod racing. We'll see you later, folks.